Hey everybody, this is Mother Teresa here, coming to you with my fourth video in my 30-day challenge and my YouTube challenge to be more consistent as I am posting, and just wanted to share with you all a little bit about what's happening in my world on today. One of the things that I do know is that as I am posting, I wanted to be sure that I share with you all information about my life and the things that make me relatable to my community. My community is actually my grandstanders. That is the group, that is the community that I have created, that is also on Facebook, YouTube, and my other social media platforms. So on today, I just wanted to share with you all just a little bit about what I am doing today. I am probably doing just exactly what some of you all either you have done, you will be doing, or if you didn't put up any Christmas decorations, maybe this doesn't apply to you. But if you put up any type of Christmas decorations for the Christmas season, you're probably doing what I am going to be doing today, or what I'm in the middle of doing today. Now, some of you all have already taken down your things, and I'm just going to pan you all around and let you all see what it looks like in my room as I am trying to take care of all of this stuff. Now, this is just one of the areas that I am cleaning up. My son has actually brought in a lot of my things for me in the dining room. And so I am actually going to be putting all of this stuff away in the boxes and then storing them back in the garage. That is my Christmas tree. Actually, that's my grandchildren's Christmas tree that they decorated this year. Isn't that beautiful? And then, of course, we're going to be putting that back in the box. So this is what I'm going to be spending time doing today as I am talking to you all. That's my main tree that's in our foyer. Can you see it? Let's lean back a little bit. Maybe you can see my main tree that's in the foyer. And again, if you've watched me any length of time, that's my office back there. That's typically where I broadcast from. But I'm going to be putting away my Christmas decorations. Now, let me just say this. As I am talking to you all and trying to get all of these boxes and everything together, you know, my husband and I, we were talking the other day. And of course, I've shared with you all that I am 61 years old. My husband we're the same age. Actually, I'm just 3 months older than he is. But we've discussed the fact that as we are getting older, that maybe I don't need as much stuff or need to put out as much stuff for Christmas that I typically put out. Now, I absolutely love Christmas. I love the Christmas season. My birthday is December 21st, so I'm a Christmas baby. And so I love everything about Christmas. I love to decorate for Christmas, and I like to really go all out. I like to put Christmas decorations in both dining rooms, in the foyer, up in the glass over the entryway, the little shelving over the entryway. I typically have our fireplace pretty much decked out. I have a whole Christmas village. What I'll probably do is just at the end of this video, I'll just run a couple of clips, if I can get them in here, of the Christmas decorations as they were when they were up. But I put it in our family room. I have things everywhere in there. And then, of course, I have it in the kitchen. I already said the dining room, both dining rooms, right? In one of our bathrooms, just everywhere. Honey, where else do I put Christmas decorations? In the kitchen, going up the stairs, across the, what do you call it? What is that? What do you call that upstairs? The bridge, the catwalk, whatever you call it. Christmas decorations there. Christmas decorations on the outside. Not a whole lot on the outside, but mostly on the inside. This is the second year that I have put up 2 trees. Actually, it was a 3rd tree because my son put up a tree upstairs in his area. So we had our main tree in the foyer. We had our grandkids' tree, which is the one that I showed you all over there in the corner. And then we'll put up a Christmas tree upstairs. And then we had, of course, our little trees that we had in the kitchen. So yeah, so we had, I don't know, do you count these as trees? I do. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think you count these as trees. That's just part of decorations. But anyway, so we had all of these trees up. And now it's time to put all this stuff away. And my husband asked me, he said, honey, please don't buy any more decorations. Don't buy anything, he said. And I just smiled and said, okay. We all know what that means. I'm going to probably find something that I just can't live without. Or I'm not going to say can't live without, but something that I want. I found these, listen, for my budget shoppers. I was in Family Dollar. Actually, someone posted these on another site, and they were saying, go to Family Dollar, and you can find these black Santas for like $10. And I actually found this one. I have actually picked up 2 of them. And let me see if I can find the other. For a good deal, $10, you all, is an excellent, excellent deal whenever you can find the black Santas. So I found this one for $10. I got 2 of these. Then I found this Mrs. Claus for $10. And then I found, okay, I don't know where they are, but there's some little small Santas. Hold on, I think I see one. They were in a package for like 2 or 3 were in a package for like $5. Okay. When you see these type of things, oh, and let me show you this. My daughter picked this up for me. And I think this was at Dollar Tree. And I think this may have been like $3. Maybe $1, but maybe $3. But anyway, when you find things like this, get them. This was a gift one year from my sister. I think it comes from Dillard's Possible Dreams. Now this one is definitely more expensive, but these like this one, I have several of these. They come from Dillard's. And I just have lots of black Santa Claus. I have white Santa Claus as well, but I have lots and lots of black Santa Claus. And of course I have the black angels that I accidentally broke one last year, just being careless. But I have some, and these are so old, but aren't they just beautiful? Isn't she beautiful? And if you can see, I'm going to try to share with you all again my grandkids' Christmas tree. I have some of the black angels on there as well. So my thing is that if you find these deals, okay, can you see that? You may not be able to see, but yeah, there is some black angels over there on that tree. But if you're out shopping and you find these Christmas, angel, Santa Claus, different things like that, if you're into that type of stuff, buy them. This is one I got from Walmart years and years ago. I think I have a double of that one as well. So stores like Walmart, Ross, now even Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, of course, Hobby Lobby, and Dillard's, and all those types of places, Home Goods, Kirkland's. You can find all these types of things there. But I am definitely a budget shopper. I am My family says they call it something else. I call it budget or frugal. I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on a whole lot of things if I don't necessarily have to. I feel like we work too hard for our money to be careless with it. Now, of course, there are certain things that I will, spend quite a bit of money for. But for the most part, I try to be budget conscious. So let me just share with you all. So the Christmas stuff that I have spread across this room is really from years of accumulation of stuff. And as I am talking to my 50 plus age group, my club or my tribe, so to speak, or 60 plus, you all know that we have so much stuff that we have accumulated over the years. And one of the things, is that right, honey? I wasn't listening. He said he wasn't listening. We have accumulated so much stuff. And a lot of times, I guess I can be working on this while I'm doing this. A lot of times the stuff that we have accumulated, really, when you think about it, so my lesson that I'm going to be talking today about is not only Christmas stuff, but also, let me just kind of veer or pivot a little bit. And let me just talk about the stuff that we have. Sometimes the stuff that we have that we think is so valuable and is so precious to us, our children don't think the same way, okay? They do not think the same way. So all of those little things that we have been trying to hang on to, and we are thinking, oh, this would be a great keepsake for my children. I want to make sure, yes, I'm in my Christmas pajamas. I want to make sure that I pass them on to my children. Listen, y'all, our kids, they don't want some of this stuff. Sometimes they look at this stuff and they look at it as junk. They look at it as junk that mama and daddy has saved all of these years. And when you are no longer here and they are going through your stuff, they are not taking the time to actually go through it and really look at it. They're thinking about sometimes, and I'm not saying this is for all kids. I'm not saying this is for everybody, but sometimes some of the kids, they're looking at, what can I sell? What can I get rid of that can bring me a couple of dollars or several hundreds of dollars? Because a lot of times we have labored over the things that we have purchased, and it holds a sentimental value to us, but for them, it's just stuff. It's just stuff that they don't want to be bothered with. Some of the stuff that we have in our homes, like I'm sitting in my dining room, my formal dining room, and I have a matching dining room set and a cabinet, what people call the china cabinet or the hutch or whatever you want to call it. Young people in their houses, they don't have stuff like that. They have a dining room set, and that's about it. They might have a hutch in their home, but they don't have this type of stuff. They don't have china. They don't have, I don't want to generalize and say they all, because that would be wrong to say that. But for some, they don't have stuff like that. Neither do they want stuff like that. So when I think about the things that I have, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, this would be nice to pass on to my children. Well, my children may not want that stuff. And I should not be offended if they don't want it. If they don't want it, or if it doesn't fit into their decor of their home, then that's okay. It should be okay, because everybody has their own style of decorating, their own style of of what they want their homes to look like, and it may not be the same as mine. I mean, this hangs on my back door going out to my patio, with this hanging on it. Well, you know, my girls or my son, they may not want this. They may look at that and say, you know, Mom, no, that's good for you, but I can do without it. So if they can do without it, it should be okay. It should be okay. And so I guess the moral of the story, what I'm trying to say, is that first of all, let me show y'all this what I'm talking about. And I don't know if I can turn this and flip this without losing y'all. Let me see if I can do that. So that's my china cabinet. All right. So you can see it has like china in it. It has some stuff that was passed down from my husband's grandmother, my husband's mother. So it has some really nice pieces in there. It has one of those pieces has it's like a number. It's numbered. So it's like part of I guess a collection or whatever. So I know it's valuable. But for my kids that don't know the history of that, or they don't realize that is really not their grandmother, it would be their great grandmother. Some of the things that's in there, well, their grandmother and their great grandmother, some of the things that's in there, it doesn't hold the same value that it holds for me and especially for my husband. And so I look at it and we look at it and we treasure it. But for them, it's just dishes. So, but anyway, so, you know, so I guess the moral of the story, or what I'm trying to say, is that my husband, I hear him in there laughing. The things that we think that is a treasure for us may not necessarily be a treasure for them. So while you're here, use the stuff that you have. Don't just sit around and keep all this stuff where it's looking pretty in the cabinets and everything like that. You know, and I'm talking to myself because I can't tell you the last time that we used some of those those dishes in there. We used to do when it was someone's birthday, and that's been a couple of years ago, but we would actually pull those dishes out, especially when my girls were younger. But we would pull those dishes out and we would have like their birthday dinner on those, using those dishes. But it's been a while since we've done that. We do something, we kind of celebrate a little bit differently now. But use the stuff that you have. Don't just let it sit, because when you're no longer here, they're going to get rid of it. Yeah, they're going to probably get rid of it. They're going to sell it. They're going to say, okay, we have 3 children, 3 adult children. My son is the youngest, and he was born when we were 40 years old. He still lives here in the home with us. So some of the things that we have had for a long time, a lot of the stuff that we have is older than my son. So, and I can just tell you that some of the stuff that's in here, he's like, you know, that's fine, but no, I don't want to take that to, he's probably not going to want to take that to his house. The artwork that we have, I can see them wanting that. But some of the other stuff, you know, the furniture, they may want that. But, you know, some of the things that we have, they're not going to want it. And I feel like it's our responsibility for me, and this is what I've said to my husband before, is that some of the stuff that we have, we need to start thinning it out and getting rid of it, because it's going to save on, after we're gone, it's going to save my children or our children the hassle of having to go through our stuff. And so that's another topic for another time of you all that are in my tribe, that's this 60 plus or 50 plus tribe, is that we've got to have some considerations for our children regarding our stuff. Now, my husband and I, we just finished watching the Jimmy Carter, honey, what was that called? The processional, going to the Carter Center and watching that service and all of that, in which it was beautiful. And you know, my husband is into that type of thing. I watch stuff like that, you know, when I'm, you know, when it moves me to watch it. But I'm not a news hound. I don't have to watch the news. I'm not into politics. I'm not into all of that. The things that I need to know, usually he'll let me know that, hey, this is important. But what I can tell you is that as we were watching that, and we were just kind of, I was just kind of reflecting on the things that his children were saying about their father and all of those nice things. We want our children to remember us in that type of way, but we also don't want to leave them with a burden. We don't want to leave them with the burden of having, at least I don't, of having to go through my stuff, the things that I leave behind. So I need to kind of go through my stuff because we have a lot of stuff. And I realize that sometimes the stuff that we have can be a hindrance. It can be a hindrance in a lot of different ways. First of all, who's going to clean all of this stuff? Who's going to maneuver through all of this stuff? Who's going to take care of the things that you have? So start paring down. I can recall several years ago, my mom was still, up and moving around, and she started giving away the things that were in her house. Or either she told us to write our names on the back of certain things that we wanted, or go ahead and take it. Some of the, whatnots that a lot of us will have in our house, she called them the little dust collectors. But all of those types of things, she was just like, hey, take this stuff. I'll only need this one cabinet that has, just a few items in it. But so many of the things that she had in her house, she was beginning to kind of get rid of that stuff because it was in her way. She did not want to keep cleaning all of those things. And even some of the jewelry that we had given her, she was only wearing like certain select pieces of jewelry. And so if we had given her some jewelry, she was saying, hey, go ahead and take this back, enjoy it and wear it. And I really treasure, I had given my mom a rubies and diamond ring one year, and she gave it back to me. So every now and then I will pull it out and I will wear it, but I don't wear it as much as I probably should, especially since I'm saying we need to enjoy everything that we have right now and as we live life to the fullest. And so, but I wanted to just kind of jump on here today to talk a little bit about, first of all, to do my 4th video because I want to be consistent in posting every day, but also just share some of the things that I'm doing right now in my life that I know some of you all are doing also. I have been following several people online, and they are giving us great information. I completed my digital vision board this week, and that was from, I do follow with the Hintons, and I can't think of her first name, but anyway, she has lots of great things on her channel and lots of ways to subsidize your income, or if you're looking moving from your 9 to 5 and wanting to do just various things online, or just to be your own boss. She has lots of good information on there, and it's the Hintons. I can't think of her first name, but anyway, so I did my digital vision board, and I shared it with my husband and also with my children, my 2 girls, because I saved it as my wallpaper on my phone, because what I want to be able to do is every time I see that vision board, it's going to remind me of the things that I said I wanted to do to help me reach my goal for 2025. And one of the things that I do know is that we have to be intentional, and we have to make sure that we are writing the vision. If we write something down, statistics state that you are more likely to complete that goal or complete that thing if you actually have written it down. And so I wanted to make sure that it is where I can actually see it. It's been written. Of course, it's digital, but I want to be able to complete those things that I have for the year of 2025. The other people that I've been following, of course, is Dante and Hannah London. where they're talking about YouTube Made Easy. They are sharing their life in as they are content creators, and how YouTube has made a huge difference in their lives. And so not only that, so I've been following him and all the tips and strategies that they have been sharing about how to get your subscribers up, as well as to get your, get the views on your videos. And I can tell you that it is working, because I am what's considered as a small content creator, less than 100 followers on, or subscribers on YouTube. I have several more, a whole lot more on Facebook, and that's typically where I would put all of my stuff. But I'm over here on YouTube now trying to build my subscribers up and everything, and get the views so I can get monetized as well, because that is one of the things that I definitely enjoy doing what I am doing. But I'm near retirement. My husband and I are near retirement. So we want to make sure that we're able to retire, but also have multiple streams of income, so we can subsidize, or maybe not subsidize, but it's really some replacement income. So we want to do that. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm really pushing hard on. I thought I had my water in here. Maybe I didn't bring it. But that's one of the reasons why I am pushing so hard to get my subscribers up. Y'all, I'm looking for my water. I don't know what I've done with it. But anyway, Boris, call Net and tell her that I'm making a video right now. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. But that must mean that it must be time to wrap up what I'm talking about. Dante London, Hannah London, and Dodash. Let me tell you, I've been listening. What? That was it. Okay, thank you. Y'all, that's my honey. Let me tell you, my honey and I have been married for 40 years. And we started dating when we were 14 years old. He said, oh, Lord. And let me just tell you, I cannot get him to come on camera with me. I've been trying to get him to at least come on camera with me, and we can just talk about 40 years of marriage. But I can't get him to do it. But he's a great behind the scenes person. Like I said, we started dating when we were 14. We've been married for 40 years. He's the father of all of my 3 children. And so, and I just love him. That's my honey. But, yeah, that's a whole nother story too. I hear him in there laughing at me. But you all, listen, you all enjoy the rest of your day. I think I just kind of cut off Dodash. That's who I was listening to. I have been listening to her for the last couple of days. And let me just tell you, she is so inspiring. And I watched her with my husband this morning. She was getting ready to go to the movies. And, she was just talking about just being real and being relatable. And let me tell you, in building a community, if you cannot build a community, if you cannot be relatable, if you cannot show people that you are just like they are in so many different areas. Yes, we have our unique experiences, and I'm very big on telling your own story. But if you cannot be relatable to people, then they're not going to watch you. They're not going to tune in to see what this old lady is talking about. And I say old lady, again, I'm 61, but I don't think I look like I'm 61. But you've got to be relatable. And that's what she was talking about. She was talking about showing the real you, showing who you are, so people can get, they're not looking for the made up you. Okay. They're not looking for that person who has it all together, because let me just tell you, we all have our flaws. We all have our things that we are working on improving. And so, and if we're working on improving those things, then let me share with you a little bit of my story and what I am doing to try to improve. And then once I get to that point where I feel like I've mastered it or I've completed it, then I can come back and I can share with you, or even during the process, I can share with you what strategies, what tips I used in order for me to overcome those things. So listen, that's all that I'm going to talk about on tonight. Listen, you can find, if you are not a subscriber, I need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also turn on those notifications so you'll see whenever I put something out new, as well as follow me or tune into my other social media platforms. Things are different. I try to put things on all of the different platforms, but go over to, Facebook, Instagram, something else, and just follow me there, okay? All right. And the other thing, on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock, I do a podcast called Grandstanding with Mother Teresa. It's about 30 minutes, 7 o'clock on Tuesday evenings. I am going to try to make sure that I am broadcasting live on YouTube as well. Typically, it's just over on Facebook, but I'm going to try to, I think my nephew gave me some information of how I can do it simultaneously. So I'm going to work on that before Tuesday. So as I'm signing off, I just want to say thank you all for listening to me on tonight, and you all be blessed, and bye-bye everybody. See you all the next time.